Hey everyone, my name is Courtney Flessner, and I am joined today with my professional learning specialist colleague and friend, Tanika. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. We are here today to talk to you specifically about the new teacher cadre that we're doing this year for Keep Indiana Learning. And we are really excited about this. So we decided to sort of use this hashtag of start strong and just to get teachers, especially new ones. And by new, we're kind of talking like first through third year of teaching. Just starting strong and feeling really good about a profession that we both believe is an awesome one. So thank you for tuning in. So my name, like I said before, is Courtney Flessner. A little bit about me. I was a teacher for 12 years. I taught grades 1 through 6, and I taught 7th and 8th grade math. And then I was an instructional coach and administrator for 5 years. After that, I left schools, which was a very hard decision for me to make, to work on my PhD at Indiana University. During that time, I taught math methods courses at IUPUI and did my PhD in math ed and educational leadership. I am a dissertation away from being done. So I don't know, I have 7 years to finish. Maybe we'll meet again in 7 years, celebrating the completion finally of this thing. So that's just a tiny bit about me. Tanika?
Yes. Hello, everyone. So I'm Tanika Canardo. Thank you for that warm introduction. I am newly added to the team here at Keep Indiana Learning. So this is my first year as a professional learning specialist. I just joined here recently. So I come to you all from my last place was Brownsburg. I was an assistant principal there, but I'll start at the beginning. I started my teaching career in 2007. Wow, that seems like, as I say that, it seems like a long time ago. But 2007, and I taught in Wayne Township for 7 years. And then I went on to Perry Township to be an assistant principal there for 5 years. And then I went on where I left off in Brownsburg for my last 3 years as an assistant principal. So I just decided in year 16 that I was going to shake things up a bit and just change my role in education, but my heart remains in education. I love it. I love everything about it. I love the impact. I love how contagious it feels, just the learning and the environment and all of the people that are educators. The heart of it is just where it is. So I didn't want to leave there. So I wanted to make sure that my impact stayed, but my role changed. So here I am with Keep Indiana Learning with all of these great people in this department. I'm excited.
I love that, Tanika. And I love how you sort of talked about how this is your first year Keep Indiana Learning. This is my second. I've worked as a consultant mostly in the area of mathematics for the past 10 years. And just last year, I joined Keep Indiana Learning just to have a team of people to work with. But it's almost like we're still in our first year. I feel like I am still getting the hang of a lot of things. These live streams, one might argue, is one of them. The fact that we figured out how to screen share today without some catastrophe, because the first time I did a live stream, my screen did not share. So we're all on learning curves in some way. So to be honest, the way this new teacher cadre kind of came to life was a couple of weeks ago. I was texting back and forth with new teachers that I had them as pre-service teachers at IUPUI, and they were asking me a lot of questions and telling me things that were working and telling me things they were struggling with. And I was sending them articles and I was sending them videos to watch, and I was trying to encourage them. And at the same time, I was on like Twitter and Instagram and TikTok, and I was watching the videos they were watching. And I was just kind of reading what people were saying about having just started the new school year. And I was like, oh my gosh, we have an opportunity to Keep Indiana Learning to bring all of this together and try to give people the best resources out there to make them feel like teaching can be a successful, amazing, wonderful time, because you don't always get that message from the people that you're working with and on social media. So I called up Lena, our director, and I was like, I've got this idea. And we put something quick together. And then I put an invite on Tanika's calendar without even telling her what I was doing, because I was like, if anyone could do this really, really well alongside me, it's totally Tanika, because one, she's super fun to be around, and two, she's bringing, a wealth of knowledge as both a teacher and an administrator. And I feel like together we can, meet with people twice a month and just give them a different space in which to learn that's maybe not their school district's new teacher orientation, or someone to listen to or work with who's not their assigned mentor teacher at their school. Just things like that. Just offer up other resources, because there's a lot of them out there. And one of the things that new teachers have to do is sort of learn how to vet all the stuff.
Yes, it's so much. You're so right.
So this is a little bit about what we're thinking about for this year.
Yeah, so the topics that we talked about, Courtney, are just so, like, as we were talking about them, I'm like, oh my gosh, if I knew these things as a new teacher, that would have been a game changer. I remember coming in as a new teacher. I taught fifth graders my first year. They were at my height or taller than me. And I was like, what in the world did I get myself into? So thinking about all of these things, how to talk to parents, is some things that are on this list: how to talk to parents, the acronyms of education, and educators know that we have acronyms for acronyms, and learning those is quite a feat. So being able to talk those through and knowing those when we talk to parents and having those conversations with other educators and knowing what we're talking about is important. That test prep rolled around. Again, I taught fifth grade my first year, so the test prep was real. And I didn't know what I was getting myself into. So that would be very beneficial for us to talk to teachers about. Those parent-teacher conferences roll around, or those case conferences I needed to be in and needed to be able to advocate for kiddos. And I wasn't sure how to do that. So that's something we're going to be talking about. Assessments, whether it's common assessments, formative assessments, and all of those assessments that we need to drive our best practices in the classroom. We'll kind of talk about those and what the difference is. Some people don't even know the difference between formative assessments and summative assessments and common assessments, and what does all that mean. And so those things are really important to kind of nail down in your first year, because that's how you make instructional practice, those decisions about instructional practices. So I'm not going to read all of them, but I know that there are some that stuck out to me personally, because I know by the end of the school year, my first year, I looked back and I was like, oh boy, I was supposed to be doing what? I had no idea. Now I look at those kiddos and they are married and they have children, and I'm like, they made it.
I love that. I remember my first year of teaching, I was put in a portable classroom behind the school. I was the only one in a portable classroom. So I was brand new teacher all by myself, detached from the school, and I replaced the retired teacher. So I walked into this empty portable classroom with all of this stuff that the retired teacher had left there. And she had been teaching for like 35 years. There were like dittos. Remember, I don't even know, Tanika, if you would remember like the purple ink dittos that you had to like crank in a machine.
That was before my time.
She had some of those in a box in my room. And I remember standing there thinking to myself, I have no idea what to do right now. And I had just like graduated from college. And so
it's so real though.
Yeah. And from there on out, my first year, I taught third. My second year, I taught first. And then I taught second. And then I taught fourth. And then I taught fifth. I didn't repeat a grade level until my sixth year of teaching. So every first day felt like
Starting
a
over.
brand new day for me. And I
Yep.
moved classrooms all those times too.
Oh,
I part of the moving was I literally moved like to another state, but also I just kept moving within schools
right.
you know, I was kind of like the person that was like, I'll move grade levels because I was learning something new by doing that. So, and I even remember my very last year of teaching. You know, full-time teaching. I had fourth, fifth, and sixth graders in a multi-age classroom, and I set up my room, and I I did all these things that I knew were wrong, but I did
Yeah.
them anyway. And then on the first day of school, there's like chaos.
Yes.
And I remember thinking to myself, why did I do that? Like, when
Yeah.
am I going to learn what the first week of school is supposed to look like, you know?
Right.
And so we know that we're beyond that first week right now, but there's all these things that just keep coming up throughout the year, and we want to support you through that process. So this is a
Especially now
list.
during this time. We have so many things to think about that were never to be thought about when we were first year teachers, right?
Yes.
Just new things have surfaced that now they have to think about all the things we thought about plus more. Yeah.
Yes, so much more. And so that's why we have this title as topics will include but are not limited to, because as this group comes together and are sort of sharing their experiences, Tanika and I will be able to be like, hey, we'll plan something on that. We'll get some veteran teachers in to talk about this. Like, you know, we've got you. And so that kind of takes us to the next piece of it. If you go to this bit.ly, this will take you to the registration page with some information. We did do some changes that I think have been made on the page, but we're going to start on September 15th. We're meeting from 6 to 7 in the evenings, just 1 hour. We really went back and forth on time. I personally have enjoyed some really great webinars in the evening in the past few years, where I've just been able to get everybody situated at my house and sit quietly and watch a webinar for an hour. But we're also going to record all of the sessions and have a Canvas course so that if you do miss a meeting, you'll be able to access those meetings on the Canvas course with all the resources that were talked about. So we're really trying to create a space for new teachers. And new teachers, again, it falls into so many different categories. Like, we're talking, you know, years 1 through 3, but we've also got teachers that might be doing programs like Teach for America, or, you know, the New Teacher Project, or some of the adjunct teaching that has become a thing now in Indiana. And this is for you. Any transition to teaching program. It could even be for pre-service teachers that maybe it is useful to just get this extra couple hours a month on stuff that you're going to get hit with when you not hit with, but you're going to discover in your first year of teaching, and just kind of get an initial idea of what that is. And this Canvas course is going to be incredible because of all the resources and discussion pages and all of that. So we're really, really excited about that.
Yes, it's going to be great.
All right. So a couple more details. The cost of this, it'd be so cool if everything in the world were free, but it's just not. And so it's $100 a teacher, which, when you think about it, we're talking like 17 1-hour meetings. You'll get PGP points for all of those, and additional PGP points for time that you spend on the Canvas course. So it's $100 a teacher. If you are a member of any ESC, in the state of Indiana, it'll be $50 a teacher. But the best news is we've got this code going for you, where if you register between now and September 6th and use the code New Year 22, you'll get 75% off. So you're literally going to get all of this for $25. This is a seriously good deal.
No price.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's funny, before we got on today, I was sort of just scrolling through some things that I know people are watching on TikTok and Instagram. And I was like, wow, this person just posted a video about all these shelves and stuff that she brought and she's putting together. And it's totally cool. It looks great in her classroom. I'm like, I bet that stuff costs more than $25. So I'm here to tell you for $25, you can get a lot of information that's going to keep you motivated, make you feel like you're a little bit more in the loop, and just have a cohort, a group of people that you can think with and learn with and be with outside of your regular school day. So hopefully you will think about signing up.
And I'll add, Courtney, if you don't know if your district is a member of CIESC or any ESC, then you should ask. I know that as a first-year teacher, even second, third year, I had no idea if my district was a member of an ESC. So if you are not sure, ask first, just to make sure that you qualify for the $50 or whatnot. Just make sure that you ask. And there are other perks that you may need to know about for being a member of an ESC.
Seriously, lots of really good perks. Perhaps we'll cover that in one of our sessions on Thursday night. So if you have any questions at all, you can feel free to contact either one of us. Our contact is on our first page, I guess, and you can rewind and freeze that and check that out, or you can look us up at Keep Indiana Learning. We are so happy to hear from you. We're so happy to answer any questions that you might have, and we're just really looking forward to meeting everyone and just being a part of your, your lives, your beginning lives as teachers, which personally I think is a really exciting time.
It is so exciting. We are so happy to be on the beginning of your journey with you. So remember that sale ends on a certain date. So I think it's September 6th. So don't wait.
September 6th. You got to use that code New Year 22 by September 6th.
Yes.
Awesome. So thank you everyone for being here. Let us know if you need anything, and we'll see as many of you as possible on September 15th.
Thank you.